President Lincoln's Cottage only opened to the public 8 years ago, and so we're very much still a new place to be discovered, and the artists embraced that idea of discovery with their artworks.
It's important for museums to conduct public engagement because the public matters. And while curators and artists do their work, and we do our work very well, until we have people respond to our work, we're not able to move the conversation that we all want forward.
The American Alliance of Museums represents museum professionals across all sectors of the field, but the largest number of museums in the United States are actually historic sites and history institutions. And so I think it's really fitting that this public artwork be installed here at Lincoln's Cottage, a tremendous historic site here in Washington, D.C.
The piece is overall about the power, influence, and responsibility of museums. And the process came about thinking through just all the multiple factors that museums have to deal with in terms of, there's the history aspect and how do you keep history current and how do you keep people motivated and wanting to come about. Thinking about all those multiple facets and moving and having to shape it, kind of begin to think about the idea that's where the Rubik's Cube kind of idea came into play.
I hope that the art attracts new audiences to Lincoln's Cottage and that it allows folks who are visiting here to think about the cottage in a different way. The artists have done a really nice job of bringing some contemporary issues to their art pieces, but tying them also to the historic context of the site.
When I was coming up as a kid, in high school, junior high school, grade school, that information wasn't out there. But obviously, the information had been collected. They just decided that somebody decided it wasn't important. Until time goes on, and maybe the boardrooms of museums change, the curators change, and just certain things come to the surface. The names at the bottom were just a collection of names of individual soldiers. There's a lot of them, a whole lot of them. And I just jammed them up as if they were just dead bones. But as time went on, they became a little clearer at the top where you can see individual names. Then it became really clear, that's when I used the photographs right above that, they were real people. And the words behind them were all the words that are associated with museums.
I think it just also hopefully starts conversation when you start to move the piece around. You're looking at images that you may not think of normally, all together at the same time, or you're not thinking about these people or these events, and you start to trigger kind of those memories or conversations around, I remember this, and this history that comes up depending on who comes to see it. So I think it'll be, just really fascinating to kind of hear that conversation.
Even the process of working with these artists has made for new dialogue and new opportunities to engage with the public. So by having these pieces of public art here, we hope to just continue to surprise people and bring them stories in ways that they're not used to seeing them told at historic sites.
The theme of power, influence, and responsibility relates to public engagement because it gives the people the power, influence, and responsibility to see the work, to engage with it, to ask questions, and to be a part of it.